So, today, one of the issues that comes up a lot in the world of immigration and immigration practice is the whole matter of employment, particularly unauthorized employment here in the US. It's a very complicated topic, but today we want to focus on individuals who come in with a non-immigrant visa, primarily a visitor's visa, which is usually good for 6 months. Now, as part of having a visitor's visa, you're not supposed to be working here in the US. However, in reality, a lot of people end up working just to survive. You need to be very careful about that, particularly down the road when you may be pursuing an immigrant visa. An immigrant visa that would be pursuing a green card. The reason for that is that in many instances, unauthorized employment will result in you not having that green card application approved. Now, for example, in a marriage petition, say you get up here, you think you're going to stay for a few months, and then you meet someone and you decide, you know what, we want to get married. We don't want to go to all the trouble of going back to your country before we do it. So you just go ahead and get married. On the issue of unauthorized employment, there is a waiver available for that in a marriage petition. So perhaps you'd get through that without any problem. However, if, say, for example, you came up here, you started work 2 weeks after you got here, now you created another problem. The government might turn around and say you committed fraud because it was always your intent to work as soon as you got here. And those fraud waivers are difficult and they're only available for spouses and parents, not for children petitioning for parents. Now, in other petitions, which would be, say, a work petition, that waiver is not available. So you need to be very, very careful as to how you fill out your forms as you go forward. And in many instances, we've seen in situations where families have been up here, they've ultimately gone back to their country and may have been back in that country for more than 10 years. There's no bars to coming back. Their children grow up, a citizen petitions for them. They go to the interview, they're very honest, and they admit, they say, well, when you're up in the US 10 or 12 years ago, did you work? If you answer that question and say yes, you've opened Pandora's box. You need to be very careful about that as to how to proceed. Nothing is simple in dealing with this agency, and we highly recommend that you consider, if you're filing a petition of some sort, that you reach out to us to make sure it's done correctly, because it doesn't take much for them to deny these petitions. So thank you, and we hope you found this to be helpful.